everybody, welcome to my English class. Today we are going to review the negative past passive. But at the beginning we are going to remember the topic of the last class. Okay, so tell me, when do you use the past passive? Okay, we are going to use past passive when your sentence is focused on the verb. Okay? And tell me, in which form do you use the verb in past passive? Okay, we are going to use the verb to be in past form, was or were, and we are going to use the verb in past participle form. Okay? Well, as I said at the beginning, we are going to review the past passive. And what is the objective for today? Pay attention. To identify the structure of negative sentence in past passive. Okay? So we are going to see. At the beginning we are going to see the affirmative sentence. We are going to remember that we are going to use the subject, the auxiliary was and were. It means the verb to be in past form. The verb in past participle form. Remember, we are going to use was with the third person singular and I. It means for I, he, she, and it. And we are going to use were for you, we, and they. Okay? And the verb in past participle, that is the third column of your verb list. And the complement. Okay? Here we have some examples. The car was bought by the man. Pay attention, in this case we are going to use was because the car is singular, okay? The car was bought, that is the past participle form of by. The car was bought by the man, that is my complement, by the man, the person who makes that action, okay? In this case it doesn't matter. The second example, the apples, my subject, were, in this case I am using were because the apples are plural, collected, the verb in past participle, by the teacher. Remember, here we have an irregular verb and there we have a regular verb. It means in order to form the past participle form we only add ed. Okay? In the case of the irregular verb you have to study the list, or you have the list in your book, okay, in the last page. That is all for the affirmatives. We are going to see some examples. Change active to passive voice. Pay attention. Here we have a sentence in active voice. Remember, the past passive is in past, so the active voice has to be in past, okay? In this case, a boy cleaned his room. In this case, that is a regular verb. That is in past, simple, okay? A boy cleaned his room. How do you change to passive voice? The room was, because singular, cleaned. That is the same. In this case, when the verb is regular, that is the same, okay? That is the same in past and in past participle form. By a boy, that is my complement, okay? We are going to see another example. She broke 2 mirrors in her house. Okay, that is an active voice. It means she does the action. Ella realiza la acción, okay? In active voice is important who make the action. ¿Quién hace la acción? Eso es lo importante. In passive voice, the important thing is the verb, the action. En la voz pasiva lo importante es la acción, okay? In this case, 2 mirrors were. In this case, I am using were because mirrors is plural. Was, the room singular, was. Mirrors plural, were. 2 mirrors were broken in her house by her. Pay attention. In this case, that is a irregular verb. In past form, we use broke. In past participle, broken. Okay? In her house by her. In this case, pay attention. We are going to change. Why? She broke by her. Okay? We are going to use object pronouns. It means if I do the action in the active voice, I'm going to put me in the passive voice. Okay? In this case, she broke 2 mirrors in her house, so she belonging to her. I am going to use her. Okay? For this reason, 2 mirrors were broken in her house by her. In order to put who make the action, you are going to use object pronouns. That list. Okay? It means that I belongs to me, you belongs to you, he belongs to him, she belongs to her, it pertenece a it, we pertenece a us, you belongs to you, they pertenece a them. Okay? That list we are going to use in order to make passive voice. Okay? Yeah, as I said before, today we are going to review negative past passive. Where is the structure? That is the same. Only you have to use the word not. Subject plus were or were plus not. Pay attention, you can use was not, were not, or wasn't, or weren't. Okay? And the verb in the past participle and the complement. Here you have another example. The fish was not eaten by the cat. Or the fish wasn't eaten by the cat. Okay, pay attention, that is my verb in past participle. It means I have to study this verb in order to know the form. Another example, the pillows were, because that is plural, were not or weren't found by the girl. In this case, both verbs are irregular, so you have to study. Okay? And that is easy. You only have to add the word not after the was and were. That is the way to form negative sentence in past passive voice. Okay, we are going to see some examples. Pay attention there. That is the same. We have the active voice and we have the passive voice. My sister didn't wash the dishes. Pay attention. Here I am using didn't because that is the structure of the past simple. Okay? But it doesn't matter. The dishes were not washed by my sister. In this case, wash is a regular verb, so we have to add ed to the verb. That is simple. And in this case, we didn't write 5 romantic novels. Okay, that is the same, the negative form of the past simple. And to change to passive voice, 5 romantic novels weren't or were not written. In this case, we have the subject we can change with my object pronouns. Pay attention, my object pronouns for we is us. Okay, so 5 romantic novels were written by us. Okay, that is the correct answer. Okay, we are going to see some exercise, so let's go to practice. Yeah, pay attention there. Make the sentence passive. Remember, we are going to use past simple, okay? Somebody lost the letter. The letter was lost. In this case, we don't know exactly who made the action, so we don't need to put by someone. ¿Qué nos diría aquí? La carta fue perdida por alguien. In this case, is not necessary. Okay? We don't need that. In this case, we have they found the key. We are going to change. We are going to use the key found. Was, because that is singular, we have to use the verb in the same way in this case. Found That is correct, but I can use my object pronouns. The key was found by, remember we have the subject they, we are going to use they, them, okay? That is the object pronoun that I am going to use. Okay, the key was by them. Okay, that is a little easy. Okay, in this case we have a negative sentence. The girl didn't make mistakes. Remember, that is in past form. Okay, so the mistakes, remember that is plural, so the mistakes were make. What is the past participle form of make? Look in your books. The mistakes were made by the girl. Okay, that is simple. In this case, somebody loved that woman. In this case, I don't know exactly who made the action, so I don't need to use by. Okay, that woman. That woman, that is singular or plural? Singular, okay. Was, in this case we are going to use the same verb, that is the same for the past simple and the past participle, that is the same. The woman was loved, I don't know by who, yo no sé quién la amó, so that is correct. We are going to see this 5 examples, okay? We didn't clean the rooms. That is the same, that is negative, okay? So, the rooms, we are going to copy the same. The rooms, that is plural, so we are going to use were. The rooms were, that is negative. Were not, and the verb clean. That is a regular verb, so we are going to use ed to the verb. Clean it to form the past participle form. The rooms were not clean. We are going to see the object for we is us. Okay, so we are going to use that column, us. The rooms were not clean by us. Okay, very simple. And we are going to see that exercise. That is the past form. Okay, somebody, I don't know who made the action, no sé quién la realizó. So the computer, that is singular, was fixed, that is regular verb. Okay, that is simple. I don't know who made the action, so that is okay. In this exercise, the worker didn't build that house. In this case, there is past simple, built, that is the negative of the past simple, and we are going to change to passive. We are going to copy the same. That house is singular or plural? Singular, so we are going to use was. That house was, and pay attention, what is the past participle form of that verb? Look in your book. That house was, right, built. That is the past participle form. Built by the workers. Okay? You only have to change the order and use the verb, your auxiliary, was, and the verb in past participle. Yeah, in this case, he wrote War and Peace. Okay, he. We are going to use there. We are going to copy War and Peace. That is singular or plural? Singular. So we are going to use was. Was wrote. That is the past form. And the past participle? Writing. War and Peace was written by he. What is the object pronoun? We are going to check. There. The object pronoun for he is him. So we are going to use that. Oh, my exercise. Yeah. War and Peace was written by him. Okay? And here is okay. And that is all. So pay attention. In order to change the past simple to the past passive voice, you only have to change the order, and you have to use the auxiliary was and were, that it depends on the subject, okay? And then you are going to use the verb in past participle form. Pay attention, there are some verbs that we are going to use in the same way in the past simple and in the past participle. Presta atención, hay verbos que vamos a utilizar de la misma manera en el pasado y en el pasado participio. Ok, refiriéndonos a verbos irregulares. And there are some verbs that it is going to change. Hay otros verbos irregulares que van a cambiar. For example, wrote, that is the past form, and written, that is the past participle form. In order to know that, you have to study the list. Para reconocer este tipo de situaciones, lost and lost, wrote and write, usted tiene que estudiar la lista de verbos. In the case of the regular verbs, en el caso de los verbos regulares, es decir, cuando un verbo tiene ed, we are going to use the same. Vamos a utilizar la misma forma en el pasado simple y en el pasado participio. Okay, in regular verbs, that is indicates that it is going to change. En los verbos irregulares es cuando nos va a cambiar. Wrote, write. Okay, and thank you, students. That is all for today. Have a nice day. Goodbye.